What's up YouTube, JoshahOfAllTrades here. Now recently I saw the 2016 horror film Lights Out starring Teresa Palmer as Rebecca.
And I'd probably give this film about 3.5 stars out of 10.
I don't want to spend too much time ragging on it, so suffice it to say, if I was about 10 years old, this movie would have been a lot better. It would have been really scary, and I probably would have even thought that the ending was smart. But seeing as how I'm like 2 or 3 times that age, Lights Out just did not do anything for me. Now, I'm not going to get too far into the narrative of this movie, but what may be interesting for us to talk about is how it could have been written better, because the trailer looked very promising, but we ended up with a film that just did not deliver. If you haven't seen this film, but you still want to watch it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can find this video easier after you do watch it, and then come back and check out what I have to say then. Everyone else, you've been warned, let's get into it. The first thing that makes this movie really bad is Gabriel Bateman's character Martin, he plays Rebecca's younger brother, is a child that somehow manages to call all of the nonsensical shots. It's this fool that wants to leave the house in the first place, and then he wants to go back to the house, and then when everyone else wants to leave, he doesn't want to leave without his mom. And it's this guy's choices that continuously puts the main characters of the film into conflict with the antagonist. And maybe this would have made sense if it was like an E.T. type story about Martin, but it wasn't. If the writers of Lights Out wanted it to be a good film, they should have had adults making grown-up, rational decisions. To be a good film, the second thing that Lights Out would need is consistency with the antagonist Diana. During the first half of the movie, if you turn the lights on, Diana just disappears. But somehow during the second, if you turn the lights on, she gets burned by it. And actually, I think either one of these scenarios would have been fine, but once you make a choice and set the audience's expectations, stick with it. And finally, I think this film would have been very good had the creators more effectively used a cinematic device called accuse maître. Yeah, I'm butchering a French word, but that's just how I'm going to say it, and you're going to deal with it. An accuse maître is a character that exists only in sound, which to an extent Diana did, but the whole point of it is the visual reveal is the point of the film at which the antagonist can be defeated. Take for instance Jaws. I know it's my second Steven Spielberg reference, but whatever. You don't see the shark for probably the first 75% of the film. You might see a fin here and there, but mostly you hear the shark's theme and you hear people screaming and you see the effects of it. Now this creates a buildup in the viewer's mind as their imagination goes through ideas thinking about how powerful this nemesis really is. That is until the conclusion of the film, when Martin is on the boat, we finally get the shark revealed in its entirety where we can see it, and it's only at that point in the movie that it loses its power and it's able to be defeated. Lights Out could have taken a huge lesson from this type of cinema, because although in the first half of the movie there was some great build-up, in the second half we never got the visual reveal, and so not only did we not get to actually see what Diana looked like, but the writers opted for what I felt was a much more predictable Fight Club style ending. Now, while I felt that Lights Out was pretty disappointing, the director David Sandberg is getting a second try at a big budget horror film, and he's going into Annabelle 2 coming out in 2017. Now, while Lights Out did get some positive attention, I really hope that this was a learning experience for Sandberg, and I hope that his films going forward are going to be much better. Okay, now for the comments on this one, I want you to think about a film that you think could have been done much better. Tell me what it is in the comments and tell me what you would have done to make it a better film. And as always, hit that like button, hit subscribe so that you'll get notifications about my new videos, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.